As some of you know, I've been getting really into using markers when I'm doing quick studies outside. You don't need any water or palettes or anything. They're super portable and really convenient. So in this video, I'm going to swatch all of my new markers, and I hope you enjoy. Oh my god! Box after box after box after box. You know, my marker obsession is hitting a new level when I buy a 60 marker case. This holds 60 markers, and it's a very protective case. Speaking of markers, let's check it out. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I think I just peed a little. So I recently did a little community post asking which colors I should buy, and you all had some really great suggestions. Some of them weren't available at the time that I placed the order, and there were also some suggestions that were basically identical to ones I already owned, but I think we have quite a nice variety here, so let's do some swatching. And just so you have some reference, this is where I stored my markers until now. So yeah, over the last few months, this is how much I've been collecting. Oh, all this plastic hurts my heart. Shinhan, you've got to find another way to do this. This is awful. Step number 1, organize my markers in the case so that I have some space on my desk. I tried to do it visually, based on what I could see the colors, but we all know that the colors on the marker don't always match what they put on the paper. Okay, so I downloaded this blank color chart, and it's organized by color family. So I'm gonna fill this in with all the colors I own. Then we're going to use this fancy color chart I found on Pinterest made by Dina Kowal. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. There are lots of blank color charts out there, but I like this one because it's organized by color as you see it. So not necessarily what the brand thinks is a yellow or an orange. It's like literally based on your vision. So it'll be like in order of the spectrum, which I think is really useful. But this will be my master chart that I can reference, knowing like how many I have of each family. And maybe someday it'll all be filled in, who knows? So let's get started. Black is pretty obvious. I'll do all my grays first. First we have blue-gray number 3. And what I like to do is on the right side of my swatch, I do a couple passes so that I can see the darker version of that specific color. Now we have my green-grays. First we have green-gray number 3. Green-gray number 5. Green-gray number 7. Now we have warm gray. Warm gray number 2. Warm gray number 4. Warm gray number 5. Warm gray number 7. And warm gray number 9. You might be wondering why I didn't buy every single one of the grays. Like, why did I skip some? That's mainly because visually, when I'm doing value studies, I don't need every single shade. I like to actually jump a little bit between the different shades. So I just based my decisions on the standard printed color chart that Shinhan has on their website and tried to pick ones that I thought would be useful. Maybe someday I'll fill in those gaps, but it's not really necessary. All right, now let's do the reds. We'll work from the left to the right, I think, for the rest of the chart. So reds, first up, we have wine red. A great suggestion from the community. Next we have Coral Pink. This is one of the first ones I bought, actually quite a while ago, and I am obsessed with it. It's more reddish orangey than it is pink. Next we have Fruit Pink, which was another suggestion from the community. It's an extremely light color, which I have found really, really useful. Don't have any yellow reds yet, I don't think. I have a couple yellows, so first up we have Cream. This color is extremely useful in landscapes. And then we have Golden Yellow. Mint Green Light, which is down here. I have a couple blue greens. For blue green, I have Forest Green. You're gonna notice that most of my greens lean towards bluish green, turquoise green. Oh, I'm so silly. I do have a couple green yellows. We have Pale Green. And we have Dim Green. True to its name. Okay, back to the blue greens. We have Cool Shadow, which is another beautiful color. And then we have Turquoise Green Light. All right, on to the blues. And the first one I'm doing is Jade Green, but it is more blue. And then we have Turquoise Blue. And then we jump over to the purplish blues. At least that's what I think it means. And we have Sky Blue, which was a color you guys suggested, and I'm so grateful because I love it. And then we have Dark Blue Light. Now jumping to the purples, we have Lavender. And then we have Pastel Violet. Now onto the reddish purples, at least RP, I think that's what that means. And we have Pale Pink. And then we have Dull Cosmos Purple, which I love. It's like a dusty rose color. Okay, now onto the browns. First we have Pale Camel. We have Yellow Ochre, one of the colors you guys suggested. And we have Chestnut Brown. It's super dark and kind of chocolatey. So years ago I bought these Blick Studio markers and I kind of just kept them in my drawer for ages because I didn't understand how to use them. But now that I'm getting into markers, I find a lot of these colors are just so gorgeous. So I didn't replace these with the Shinhan colors because they're perfectly fine. They're still very usable and I love the colors. But as these run out, I think I'm going to replace as best as I can with something on the Shinhan line just so it's consistent, and because the Shinhans are refillable and I have the case for them, that's what I'll be doing eventually. So these are my Blick colors and I'll just attach this to the master color chart. It's so hard to tell online what the colors are going to look like, so I wanted to share close-ups of all of these colors for you guys as I swatch them, just because I know a lot of you are interested in landscape drawing and painting, and a lot of these colors are just beautiful for landscapes. I've been drawing with these colors for the past 2 weeks or so, and as I do that, I kind of found a couple moments where I wish I had a certain color, so I went ahead and placed another mini order, and it just so happened to arrive when I was filling out this chart. Just a few in-between colors: pale blue light, yellow green, canaria yellow, pastel green. How can I resist a color named chocolate? Blue gray 5. Marine blue. And last but not least, warm gray 0.5, the lightest warm gray. Barely visible, which is exactly what I want. I have to admit, I was a bit bummed when I was swatching some of these because they were so similar to one that I already had. But, you know, you live and you learn. So for anyone out there interested in buying colors for landscapes, quick note, Canaria yellow and pastel green look almost identical. Turquoise green light and mint green light are extremely similar as well, just mint is a little bit lighter. And jade green and cool shadow are also very, very similar. These similarities are extremely noticeable on the bigger chart. It's funny to me that I ordered those because obviously I'm attracted to those colors for some reason because I ordered 2 versions of them basically. It just means that I won't have to order refills anytime soon for those particular colors because if one runs out, the other one is almost the same. After I draw with these for a couple more months, I may find some really obvious colors I'm missing and order those, and if I do order enough, I'll do another swatching video. But otherwise, just kind of keep your eye out for marker videos, and I'll mention color names in those videos if you're interested in specifics. So I need to make a new version of my travel swatch sheet because I'm missing all those new colors I got. Okay, so I struggled a bit with that one. I missed lime and I had to add these 2 in at the bottom of that row. So it's not ideal placement, but it's fine. Eventually I'll get so used to the colors I won't have to use a reference chart so often. I will scan these and upload them. If you want to see them, you know, up close and get a good idea of what the colors look like, I will put the links in the description of the video. And then coming up in the next couple weeks or so, I will work on a marker video that's more like a tutorial about how I use them. So make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss that. And of course, if this was helpful or enjoyable or relaxing or whatever, a thumbs up on the video is always appreciated. So thank you everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.